They talk about the fact that they have evidence. They don't have evidence. They're not seeking evidence. They're not looking for an actual realistic picture, a reality-based picture. All they're doing is trying to cover for Donald Trump and going as far as to not swear in a newly elected representative of a district in Arizona. The Republican Party is officially a party of pedophile protectors. They don't want information about Donald Trump's sordid relationship with his best friend, self-described best friend of nearly 15 years, Jeffrey Epstein, a man who was a convicted abuser of women, young girls. Donald Trump seeking to pardon the associate, the co-conspirator of that child rapist, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell. And the Republican Party sees fit to run interference for this credibly accused abuser of the most innocent among us. The Family Values Party, the Christian Party, the lovers of Jesus. They want to protect Donald Trump at all cost, at any cost. James Comer yesterday gave a statement without having possession of the Epstein files, because remember, the newly elected representative Grijalva, who has not been sworn in to office because they're afraid that she is going to vote to release the Epstein files. She's the final vote. And they're not going to allow her until they're forced to do so. They're scrambling, trying to come up with some kind of interference to run for Donald Trump. And James Comer does not have possession of the DOJ's Epstein files. Yet, he says in the statement I'm getting ready to play for you that the evidence we've gathered does not implicate Donald Trump in any way. Even though we've seen the letter, the little drawing, that here's to another year of wonderful secrets. Enigmas are ageless, Jeffrey. We're all of the gross, disgusting behavior that we've witnessed from Donald Trump. Him being asked by Howard Stern what's too young for him. Him telling tales about watching a 12-year-old Paris Hilton and describing her as hot. We've witnessed him talk about what it would be like to have sex with his own daughter. That's what he and Ivanka have in common is sex. This is the president of the Family Values Party. He's all but admitted that he has a predilection for young girls. I don't even know that all but admitted. He has admitted it. Yet we have to dance around. Play around with this. Watch James Comer say there's no evidence, yet Bill Clinton might be guilty. And as I've said before, if Bill Clinton is guilty, burn him to the ground. We should have no tolerance for the abuse of children, none. No matter how powerful, no matter how rich, no matter how Democrat, no matter how Republican, burn him to the ground. Watch this.
Let's be clear. Democrats don't care about transparency or accountability in this matter. The evidence we've gathered does not implicate President Trump in any way. Public reporting, survivor testimony, and official documents show that Bill Clinton had far closer ties to Epstein. We're working to bring former President Clinton in for a deposition, but the Democrats aren't helping one bit. You would think, since we've already brought two former Trump cabinet secretaries in, they would be willing to bring in a Democrat who's had publicly a far closer relationship with especially Maxwell and Epstein. So why is that? That's a question every reporter should be asking Ranking Member Garcia and every Democrat on the committee. Why aren't you helping to bring Bill Clinton in for an interview and deposition just like we brought in Barr and Acosta?
So if he is so innocent, James Comer, release the files. Why are you so afraid? Why are James Comer in the House of Representatives? Why is he so afraid? They're fighting tooth and nail to try to clear Trump rhetorically, Yet all they have to do to convince us, to convince pundits like me, is release the files. Let us see what's in there. Let us make up our own mind about the evidence. Mike Johnson, he's in the same boat. Moses Mike, the self-described mighty, righteous man of God, this God-fearing individual who follows the philosophies and the teachings of Jesus the Christ, who said that it's better to have a millstone tied around your neck and have you tossed to the bottom of the sea. It's better to have that done to you than for you to harm a child. Yet, we have this for Mike Johnson.
A leader, they don't have any identifiable set of policy solutions for the problems facing the American people. Their party continues to hit all-time historic lows in poll after poll after poll, and many of you have reported on that. These are objective facts. They're utterly lost as a party, and everybody can see it. So what are they doing? They see a shiny object, and they latch onto it. Democrats did not say one word about the Epstein files for the entire Biden presidency. They had all the files in the Biden DOJ. They didn't say a word about it. 4 years, not a word. And suddenly now they somehow convince themselves that the Epstein files will be damaging to President Trump and Republicans in some way that they've imagined. And so they feign outrage.
Nobody's feigning outrage. Child rape is outrageous. Having a credibly accused child rapist as a president is outrageous. Do you think we're feigning outrage? All of this strains credulity. It strains reason and rationality. It is a departure from norms. It's a departure from decency. Dan Goldman, the congressman from California, he spoke to both of these types of arguments being made by James Comer and Mike Johnson. And I think it's worth revisiting.
I don't even know where to begin. It is a clown show over in the Oversight Committee. But obviously, there's plenty of evidence already, including a letter to Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday book, that Donald Trump had some indication of what's going on. We know about the many, many times Trump traveled on his plane. We know about Trump saying he knows about Epstein's penchant for younger girls. And more importantly, they are covering up disclosure of the Epstein files. The Republicans who literally made this a top campaign issue are now going through a very, very complex cover-up. And part of that cover-up is James Comer, because that oversight investigation very specifically does not ask for the types of evidence where Donald Trump's name, likeness would be. Photographs, video recordings, audio recordings, witness statements, the investigation origination documents. The Oversight Committee has not asked for those. The discharge petition that Mike Johnson is preventing Adelita Grijalva from signing by not allowing her to be sworn in, that would require those documents to be turned over. And as a former prosecutor, I believe that is where you would see Donald Trump. So this notion that Bill Clinton should come in for a deposition and Donald Trump shouldn't is preposterous. And the idea that there's no evidence about Donald Trump when this massive cover-up is going to such great lengths as to have this ruse oversight investigation that is intentionally avoiding the most damning evidence should not be lost on anyone, and no one should be fooled.
They talk about the fact that they have evidence. They don't have evidence. They're not seeking evidence. They're not looking for an actual realistic picture, a reality-based picture. All they're doing is trying to cover for Donald Trump. And going as far as to not swear in a newly elected representative of a district in Arizona because they know she's going to vote to release those Epstein files, to force the DOJ to release those files. Jamie Raskin just yesterday tried to get her sworn in, tried to pressure the House of Representatives. And because of Mike Johnson's recalcitrance, they're refusing. Watch Jamie Raskin explain what took place.
And it was my pleasure to be accompanied today by our new colleague, Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva from the great state of Arizona. She accompanied me to the floor. I tried to get recognition There was no other business today. I was standing directly opposite the acting speaker for the day, Mr. Herodopoulos. The moment the Pledge of Allegiance was over, I asked for recognition because I wanted to move a unanimous consent motion that the Speaker of the House be directed to move on the next legislative day, tomorrow, to swear in Ms. Grijalva, and yet he turned away, he pretended he didn't notice me, and he scurried out of the room, which to me is disgraceful.
Fitting, absolutely apt, absolutely accurate. Scurried, they are running, they are afraid, they are retreating, all to protect Donald Trump, who's literally demolishing the White House right now, who's looting the Treasury, who is running roughshod over just not only the norms of our constitutional republic, but over what should be just standards of behavior for good and decent people. These are criminals. And what is it called when you protect criminals? Accessory after the fact? I don't know. But it seems troubling that the law and order party has brought us here. I will leave you there. I would love your opinion on this. You can comment below the video wherever you're watching that, whether that be Facebook or YouTube. I'd love to have you subscribe to this channel. It is free to do so. We're trying to get to 1.5 million subscribers by the end of the year. I think we can do it. Certainly with your help, I can do it. You can also like and follow the Facebook page, Dollemore Daily. That would be fantastic. And you can call and leave me a voicemail if you're not into the commenting below the video. 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate it very much. I do want to hear from you. I will see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another.